Dr. Christy Ennis. Today we are all about that base. Woo! We are going to get all of the glute muscles today. Now a lot of exercises target kind of just this lovely glute maximus, which is important and it looks very purty, but we need to make sure that we get those side butt muscles too, because they help kind of round out that butt as well as support the spine and stabilize that spine and pelvis. So today's workout, no equipment. You can grab weights or a band if you want to make it a little bit more challenging. I am going to use a bench. You can use a couch. You can use a table. Those are usually the easiest things, or obviously if you have a workout bench. And I am going to be using a mat as well. So follow along with me and let's get started. I'm going to go right over to my little bench. For this first one, you're going to rest those head and shoulders on that bench. Bring those feet about hip width to shoulder width apart. Try to have almost a 90-degree bend here. You can mess around with this position a little bit. If it's bothersome on the knee, you can always come out a little bit. But this helps to get those glutes really engaged. So we're going to drop that pelvis down and press right back up. So we're not rocking the whole body, just the pelvis, and we're going to do 10. So down and up. For one, really squeeze and push up at the top. Here's 2. To make this more challenging, you can put a weight right across you. 3. Or you can even do a staggered thrust. There's 5. 6. That would just be with one foot a little bit more in front. 7. 8. 9. And 10, so it would look kind of like this, and then you'd switch, do a little dance. No, you stabilize those hips. All right, I'm going to come right on up. Next to our standing, we're going to drop down into that lunge. Using that front leg, you're going to come up right into a single leg deadlift. Now this one is great to follow the one we just did, because now we're actually going to stretch those glutes. That's kind of where they're working, is that stretch on the bottom versus at the top. So now we're getting both portions there. So here's 3. Make sure not to turn those back toes out. 4. 5. Notice I'm not stepping too far back. 6. We really, like I said, want to emphasize those glutes more than those quads. So really stepping back actually puts a little bit more on the quads. There's 8. You can hang on to something too if you need to. 9. Chest up, head up. 10, let that front leg do the work. We're going to switch sides. Here we go. Other leg. So step it back into that lunge. Come up. Don't fall over. It's kind of like a little airplane. 2. If you want to make it harder, add weights in those hands. 3, or you can even put a band above the knees. 4. So here, watch, right here is really where it's kicking in. Whoa. 5, I can't do 2 things at once. 6, 7, 8, 9. We got one more of these. 10. Good. I'm going to go back to the other leg in a bit of a split stance. This back leg is going to stay straight, but this front leg bends, and I'm going to shift those hips back while keeping my back straight, and then come right up. So it's only the hips that are moving. It's not the knee at all. So there's 3. Again, adding weights if you want it harder. 4. Coming all the way up. Really get that hinge from the hip so those glutes really work harder. 7. I just have my hands here for balance a little bit. 8. 9. One more is 10. I'm going to step together, step back with that opposite leg. If your heel doesn't go all the way to the ground because your calves are tight like me, that's also okay. Bend that front knee, shift that hip back, come straight back up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can add a little extra squeeze to really get in there. 6, 7, 8, 9. I realize I arched my back a little bit, sorry. 10. Going right down onto the ground, on your back. If you can always do these on the bed if you can't get on the ground. Heels together, toes apart, Squeeze into those buns, put those hands down on the ground, lift that butt up for 10. This rotation gets a little bit more of the outside of the butt. There's 2. And it helps eliminate some of that hip flexor tightness that might be stopping your motion. So there's 4, 5, 6, 7. You can add a little pulse even. 8. Ooh, fancy schmancy today. 9. And one more is 10. Good. Now we're going to go right on our side. I'm going to form what I call an L position just to get these side bun muscles even more. So bringing those knees up towards that chest. Feet stay together, and I'm going to lift that top leg for 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to get all of the side ones on one side at a time, and then we'll switch. 6, maybe. 7, 8, 9. You should be feeling this right here. 10, keep that bottom leg straight. Bent, straighten out the top leg, turn those toes down as you lift, aiming towards that heel a little bit. Don't roll back. 3, bringing those toes down gets rid of those hip flexors a little bit. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Okay, I'm going to shift my position a little now so that my legs are still bent, but I'm bringing them out straight. Now this whole leg is going to lift up. Without dropping it, I'm adding a little rotation. So my starting position is with this leg up. Ooh, don't let that drop. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 more, 9, 10. We're going to get those all on the other side, and you will be done for the day in your buns. Well, thank you. So getting back into that little L position, bringing those knees up as far as you can, keeping those feet together, lifting that top knee up for 1, 2, don't roll back, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, I'm breathing a little harder here. 10, straighten out that top leg, turn those toes down, and lift for 1. You can always put a band around here too if you want it more difficult. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Straightening those legs out. So now we're in one line. Lift, keeping that top leg bent, lifting up, and now rotating. That's the first start there. 1, 2, ooh, 3. This one feels so good after doing all those other ones. 4, 5, 6. We're engaging other leg muscles too that are going to help us out. 7, because they all work together. 8, 9, and 10. Yay, you guys did it. Well done. Thank you for tuning in. Please subscribe if you haven't.